Welcome to the 10th video reflection from St John Stanley for the week ending May the 24th, 2020. Over the last few weeks, we've been looking at the significance of sacrifice in the Easter story and its relevance to today. I've referred already, for example, to the heroic sacrifice of Father Maximilian Kolbe in Auschwitz in 1941 and Father Giuseppe in Italy this year. From next week, we'll be moving on perhaps away from the Easter story, but I want to finish with the story of the village of Eyam in Derbyshire. That's spelled E-Y-A-M. It was famous as a plague village, and this is something of the story. In September 1665, a trader arrived in the village with a bale of cloth from London, where the plague had already killed many. The damp cloth carried the fleas, which were the transmitters of the infection. On November the 1st, 1666, the last of the 260 people who died in the village met their end. Their fate had been sealed months earlier when the entire village made the remarkable decision to quarantine themselves to spare the plague from the nearby towns of Bakewell and Sheffield. The decision to go into lockdown and social isolation was led by the vicar, the Rev William Montpesson, and his predecessor, the Rev Thomas Stanley, who still lived in the village. In June 1666, with the support and food from the Duke of Devonshire, the village was isolated and food and supplies were left at a nearby well some distance from the village. Montpesson had told the village that if they elected to stay, they were effectively choosing death. He said he would do everything in his power to alleviate their suffering and remain with them. He said he was willing to sacrifice his own life rather than see other communities decimated. The decision to quarantine the village effectively eliminated human-to-human contact and significantly reduced the spread of the pathogen. August 1666 saw the highest number of victims, including Catherine, William's wife, at the age of 27. In his letters, the vicar wrote, "I am a dying man." He ministered to the sick and dying and conducted services outside with families standing apart in what we now call social distancing. Eventually, the infection ceased and the surrounding communities were spared, at enormous cost to Eyam. William survived. A present inhabitant of Eyam, who is a descendant of the plague family, said this: "It must have been terrifying, but every single family would have had a strong belief in God and would not have feared death." Fear still stalks our country. What is amazing is the upsurge in online church attendance, prayer, Christian book and resource sales, and much Christian-based charitable work for neighbourhoods and needs. Just perhaps, this is the spiritual wake-up call we need as a country. I hope you've had the opportunity to listen to and see the UK Blessing song. It's gone viral with over 2 million hits. It's taken from the Old Testament words of blessing, "which I leave with you now." These are famous words, words for our time, words for our day, words for our needs. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen. God bless you and keep safe.